This Troper is Gus Agarella, and I'm Hard Light.
This Troper is Meg Chutin, and I'm the Tunguska event.
This Troper is Henry Galley, and I'm a creepy cockroach.
This Troper is Addison Peacock, and I'm a genius thriller.
And welcome to Troper Fails.
Wait, we have one more guest. My dog, Buffy.
Buffy is also here on the recording.
She loves cheese.
Oh, yeah. Her trope is egg folk, by the way, because she likes eggs. She likes cheese, eggs, and spaghetti with butter.
She's just like me.
She's a very relatable dog.
Oh,
I got a
piece of cheese. Give her a piece
Yeah,
of
let's give her a piece of cheese. Buffy,
Can I have a piece of
some
cheese?
Yes,
sorry.
you can. Thank you,
Comment
Addison.
below if you also want a piece of cheese.
Do you want a piece
I'm
of
gonna
cheese?
have a little bit of cheese,
Leave a
actually.
cheese comment.
Yeah.
Did I eat some of the cheese, Buffy? Wow.
Welcome to Cheese Fails.
Welcome to Troper Cheese, the show where we take the cheese from the late 2000s and talk about how fictional cheese applied cheese to everyday cheese.
Try it today.
I'm gonna
Cheese!
One more thing. Give Buffy one more bit of cheese. Let's see if we can get some of her nom nom nomming on the mic.
We already have
ASMR.
Did you like that, Buffy?
She did like it.
We once again have Addison here,
Hi.
as well as the wonderful cheese-loving Buffy, who is just sort of sitting and watching us as we trope. We were dealt a lot of psychic damage in the last one.
That's why we need Buffy here. She's our therapy dog.
Yeah, she's
Thank
the
you for
therapy
your
dog.
service,
What do
Buff.
you-
Healing dog.
What do you think is the over-under on this episode providing us some psychological cleansing or healing?
Depends on what the tropes are, mate.
I think this will either be a balm for our soul or a bomb that will blow us all to oblivion.
What do you think, Addison?
I think that I can hear your evil little smile, you nasty little man.
Yeah. He's smiling in an evil
I
way.
am smiling. When
Give
it
her-
starts
give her a
getting
bit of
really
cheese.
bad, I can pet Buffy like a Bond villain. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to trope. Okay, so we begin with Cool Loser.
Cool.
Can someone articulate to me what that trope actually means?
I have no idea.
Absolutely no fucking clue.
Okay, you know how, in The Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, he's nobody likes him, he's a social outcast, but he can skateboard
But he's
with
also
the best
Andrew
of them.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like Andrew Garfield, and he can take anyone in a fight, and all the ladies
According
love him.
to actual TV tropes, yeah, it says it's similar to Hollywood Homely and Hollywood Dateless. It's very frequently the protagonist of high school shows, a character who is smart, funny, fashionable, and good-looking, but portrayed as less popular than they would be in real life.
I think John Bender from The Breakfast Club also is a major example of this because he's funny and charming but everybody dislikes
I think
him.
even
He
a
has
good
no
example
friends.
would be Jughead in Riverdale. He's like Cole Sprouse, and everyone's like, ugh, he's so weird, don't talk to Jughead.
The cool loser is the quintessential, they need to be an underdog for the text of this to work. They're also smart and articulate so that the audience will get invested in them.
So, you know what this means? This means we have another thing that is a prime opportunity for a mix of humble bragging and being weird about people you know.
Oh, cool.
Yes, absolutely. Well, would it be Troper Tales without that?
That's the main ingredients. That's the cheese and cheese.
I'm predicting a lot of very nice guys.
What do you think, Buffy?
She sniffed.
She sniffed. Okay. The first one we have is this Troper. So we're going to get a humble brag one. He started interning in radio at age 15. He's done professional photography work, and people say he has musical talent. He's fairly outgoing, and people have described him as handsome, very bright, and very well-spoken, and he doesn't have trouble making friends. Yet he's an entirely different person in school. He's practically invisible. No one has taken anything resembling romantic interest in him. Practically no one talks to him of their own accord, and even worse, he's a terrible student.
Aww.
Okay.
I put another piece of cheese there.
You know what? I just wonder what the rest of the premise of this pilot episode is.
Well, he's gonna get superpowers or something.
He's gonna get bitten by a werewolf.
He's gonna get bitten by a werewolf, abducted by aliens, make a contract with a demon.
Go into the ghost machine that turns him into Danny Phantom.
This guy, have you noticed that this guy has the Austin Powers character build?
Yeah.
In terms of all of his skills, photographer, radio personality, musician. People have described him as handsome and alluring, but also people are repulsed.
Yeah, I was gonna
by
say,
him.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He's pretty young, and he's still in high school, so where are all these people he's meeting that are you're so handsome? Or does he mean just his grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have described me as a lovely young man, and here, have
And
this
a
cookie.
delight to have in class.
Listen, when he's all dressed up nice at home, like wearing his nice little sweater, like all his mom's book club friends think he's a
Yeah.
very handsome, well-spoken young
They're trying
man.
to set him up with their daughters.
Chicks dig me. They're always like, here, Sonny, have this Werther's original, and come on, Brandon, it's dinner time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, if only our daughters weren't 30 and lesbians. We'd totally set you up with
I
them.
need you to know that in preparation for you reading these tropes, I realized I did this without thinking, and now I understand why. I'll take a picture and prove that this is not a lie. I have a pot of glitter on my desk, and I took it and smeared the glitter on myself, and I realized now that I did it to protect myself, because every single person in this Troper page is absolutely the kind of person who thinks women should wear less makeup.
Yes.
You're so
They
right.
are.
Yes.
They're the types of guys who'd
It's
be
a
like,
defensive
it's
mechanism.
essentially lying.
Yeah, so Addison is like sitting there like a fucking human disco ball, moving all of the creepazoids away, and it's wonderful.
Buffy was very interested in that hand motion you just did.
I feel like nowadays you get the people who are really hostile, but like back then there were a lot of guys who were like, see, you're beautiful without makeup.
This is the guy who sees that Taylor Swift cover where she's wearing a full face, but it's all neutral tones, and they're like, women, you look so beautiful without makeup. Or they're also the kind of guy who, without fucking asking, would like wipe your makeup off of your face and be like, look, you're beautiful.
Onision.
It's like, you son of a bitch, that was so much work.
Yeah.
You just wiped off like
You just
20
wiped
bucks
it
from
into
Sephora.
my eye. You wiped it directly
That
into
moment
my eye.
that I just
Jackass.
described is played completely straight in that Netflix He's All That movie, where he like wipes Addison Rae's makeup off and is like, you look better without all that crap. And I'm like, that was probably a $30 fucking lipstick. I'll kill you.
Looks like you've been pushed into a swimming pool. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir.
Just throw like glue and glitter on him. That's the only suitable punishment.
I don't want to waste my glitter on these men.
I don't want to waste my glitter on these men.
It's literally Miss Piggy from the Muppets glitter. No, I'm not joking. Like, she's on the bottle.
Classy.
Good.
Classy.
I
Thank you.
love that.
Okay.
I love that. We now moved on from the humble brag variety to the person being weird about someone they know.
Oh, cool.
variety.
Oh boy.
Weesh.
My friend is one of those. Beautiful. It sounds like what Just a Robot said about Azula. They're like beautiful, smart,
Charming.
and funny.
Funny.
But anyway, it's my friend is one of those. Beautiful, funny, amazing singer, smart and friendly, but she is completely disconnected from everyone except for about 4 people, 2 of whom are ex-boyfriends of hers.
Okay, jealous.
Said without any bitterness at all, I'm sure.
2 of her incredibly cool ex-boyfriends who would kick my ass.
This guy is the fucking dude from is it fucking Wheatus who did Teenage
yeah.
Dirtbag?
The guy from the song Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I love that one. Teenage dirtbag. Dun-na. Teenage dirtbag.
Don't even know what's being read.
I'm pretty sure that's what the Teenage Dirtbag song sounds
Fair.
like.
Just like that.
All right. So next we have another humble branger to bring us to the end of Cool Loser. This troper self-describes himself as a loser. On my planet, I am also kind of a loser. And then in the next thing is, although mostly due to self-deprecating humor, he never dated anyone, he had enemies, is sorts of invisible, 6'1", but can perfectly go unnoticed in most places, and is considered insane. Then in parenthesis, some loathe me, some love me, but everyone thinks I'm crazy. On the other hand, everyone who knew me remembers me, most of them nicely. Reasons for it included being smart, funny, and an overall nice guy.
Wow.
Are you nice and liked by people you meet? Are you invisible, or does everyone think you're crazy? You gotta pick one.
I mean, this feels like a thing where, like, he's kind of just a guy who people like and are okay with, but he's got, like, serious self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this reads
God,
to
I
me.
love when people on these forums are like, and by love I mean hate, are like, some people that I know like me, and other people that I know don't like me, and other people don't know me at all. And I'm like, the experience of existing in the world. Very good.
Yeah, that's everyone.
Yeah.
There are 3 kinds of
Exactly.
people in this world. People who like me, people who don't like me, and people who
have
don't
not
know
met
me.
Yeah, people who have never met me in their lives.
This is a unique experience.
That thankfully brings Cool Loser to an end and brings us to a wonderful trope that I think will actually get everyone excited legitimately when I say the name.
Oh.
We are on to Creepy Child.
Yeah.
You were right,
Ooh, the
Henry, you were right.
spookerinos.
I know that Addison is going to do the Clytemnestra voice,
Buffy's
which, by the
looking
way,
at me.
I just noticed that we forgot to do it in the last episode.
Do you like when I talk like this? Is that nice?
Ooh, so eerie.
She's doing it again, Henry.
If you like
She's
the
doing it
idea of
again.
Addison doing that voice more, you should listen to the Kingmaker histories and get to episode 7.
Yes.
Most of the time, I sound quite a lot more like this, but
Yeah.
Buffy, what have you
And
found?
if you would like to hear more of that,
Jeez.
go check out the Kingmaker histories. It's here on YouTube. It's anywhere you get your favorite audio dramas. Oh, and hey, you might also encounter things that are creepy in Mayfair Watcher Society, another show that we have all written for and Addison has even voiced in. It's the official Trevor Henderson audio horror drama based on his monsters.
Yes, it's all very
Bloody
nice.
Disgusting. Buffy is sniffing around for more cheese.
I too would like a piece of cheese.
Made with the finest snakeberry dairy.
Tell me about the tropes,
Are
Henry.
y'all ready for creepy children?
Why don't Addison? Why don't you do this entire segment in character as Clytemnestra? No, don't.
How about no? All right.
Yeah,
So-
how about we don't
Buffy,
do that?
Listen, Buffy
I
is a
can't
bit
be
of a creepy
stopped.
child.
Yeah. You've heard of most replayed. We will get to most skipped out of fear.
Yeah.
in this
People,
section.
yeah, people just tune into this episode and they're like, "Why is there a creepy doll and a dog in this episode?"
Yeah, what is this,
So
Scooby-Doo?
strange.
It's like a Smile. People click pause and they just keep hearing the voice. Then Addison is next to them
She's right there.
in like
saying
old
no,
Victorian
yes.
clothes, slightly transparent.
Don't worry, you'll only see me
Go on.
behind you in the mirror.
This actually factors into a creepy child story that I need to tell
And we'll get
after
to
we
that.
do
We'll
one of
get
these.
to that.
Yeah.
So, first one. This is such a weird, stupid thing to open it with, but subverted. Although this troper maybe acts crazy, or a yandere at best.
Girl,
when
what?
pissed, epiphanies sink in, and I become a sobbing wreck.
did this person just confess to murder?
You have to kill somebody to be a yandere.
Yeah, it's another this troper who's killed moment.
Yeah. Pre-mortem one-liner.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, but it's like Psycho for Hire, because like there were people who identify as potential Psycho for Hires, but they haven't been hired yet, so they're just psychos.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, where it's like they might be a yandere, but they've never actually done the murder.
They feel like if they did ever get into a relationship, they would want to take the other person's face off with a knife. But they
just haven't found the right person yet.
person yet to skin and wear their
They
skin
just
like a
haven't
suit.
found the right face.
They just have the murderous urge, but they haven't done it yet.
God. Okay. The next one. I flips between two tsundere modes, depending on which I will either act like a female version of Elle or Haruhi Suzumiya.
Excuse
A boy
me?
in my class has invoked this trope on several occasions. Creepy girl, quote, although he's less bothered by it than he should be, since I also look like a combination of the two.
What?
Elle's palish skin, dark circles and black hair, and Haruhi's large brown eyes and hairstyle the length it was before she cut it. As a kid, I only acted like Elle and looked like Haruhi.
But also, neither of those is the trope of the creepy child. Did you just want to brag?
Nothing we have encountered so far has been an actual creepy child. I think these are creepy tweens.
It's like you
at
just wanted to
best.
brag
Yeah.
about being hot.
And flex the fact that you love, like, Death Note and the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Which, to be fair, I do also
Which is
love.
not a unique trait at this time
No,
period.
it's true. It's like, that's the, like, I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast. So what? In Troper Town.
Without any milk.
Yeah, I don't know what the without any milk was. I watched it subbed. Who's going in, sir? Go on. Okay, next we have, I thought the idea of the world ending was cool for some reason. I also actively tried to meet a ghost and communicated with spirits.
I like that all of these people are actually.
Yeah, I think
That's
this person
very
is talking about
honest.
when they were a
By
child.
the way, I'm about to flex on these tropers a little bit. Want to talk about creepy children? Like, okay, fucking let's talk about that. When I was 8 years old, I memorized the opening page of The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe because I thought it was very neat and I would recite it. First of all, I had a glow-in-the-dark Ouija board. Second of all, I tried to communicate with ghosts all the time, including thinking I had summoned Bloody Mary to my third grade bathroom. Third of all, and the final piece of the puzzle, the thing that when I tell people they get very concerned, is I used to have a collection of marionette puppets that I would have hanging on the wall next to my bed.
Stop it, you're scaring me with your Wednesday personality.
Okay, if you really want to be scared by somebody's Wednesday personality, here are 2 facts about me. when I was a child. I read Dracula at age 7, and it completely altered my brain chemistry. So outside the school gates, there was a mulberry bush at my primary school, and I would get handfuls of mulberries, mash them up, and then, like, smear it all over my face so it looked like I had been just, like, eating a dead body.
Yes.
And I would come into class like that. And I would be like, it's like purple. It's not like bright red, but, you're a kid, you're stupid. You don't know what blood looks like. So I'm just like, oh, it's blood. And everybody's like, shut up. We know that's berry juice, Meg. Stop being weird. And another thing is, I had to one-up your collection of marionettes, I had several ventriloquist dummies.
The one thing
No!
I've got my final piece of this puzzle really quick, and it's not saying this is a dunk, it just isn't everything I forgot to mention, which is that underneath my bed, I had 2 decoupaged boxes that my mom made for me. In one, I kept animal bones I found in the woods, and in the other one, I kept snake skins that I found.
I found a rotting dolphin corpse on the beach once when I was at camp, and I pulled one of the teeth out of it to take home, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this into a necklace. But my mom threw it out, I think.
Obsessed
And
with
I've never forgiven her.
I'm obsessed with the fact that this episode has become Meg and Addison are having like a creepy child duel.
Yeah, the creepy
Yeah.
child off.
That's what this is the universal of being, the universal experience of being a fab is just like you went through a period when you were about 7 years old where you were possessed by Satan.
I also checked out all the books from my school library that mentioned medieval torture methods.
Oh, Henry had one of those.
I did.
Henry was a
Now
creepy
here's the
child,
thing.
too. He used to he used to collect
This is
knives.
not a competition. This is me saying I think all of us would have been friends as little kids.
I don't know if I have any, like, creepy child stories of, like, myself from that age, but I do have, like, a creepy child archetypal story.
Well, tell you what, do you want to tell the
Tell
story
that
now,
story.
Gus? And I guarantee it will give Addison tummy hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, myself, my brother, our roommate, and his brother, years back, we were on a camping trip, like, out in the middle of New Hampshire, and we went out on the river late at night, and we just, like, sat on this, like, rock in the middle
As you
of the
do.
river while it just, like, passed us by. So, like, we were all, like, looking off in different directions, and we were like, maybe we should head back. It's starting to get really dark out. And for some reason, one of them conjured this image of, like, oh, what if we went back into the woods and we saw this, like, little girl in Victorian clothing? She was just standing there, and she's like, please help me.
Please help me.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. Like Addison said. So my brother, out of nowhere, just says, oh, that's like a lure girl. And we all were like, what are those two words mean together? But we got it a second later because he's like, oh, we see her, and while we're like, like wondering how she got here, a big man with a knife comes up behind us and stabs us. Yeah, and so the whole way back we were like, lure girls, huh? That phenomena of the lure girl, the little ghost girl that lives in the woods because there's a big bad man. That lure girl?
Yes,
I
that's
vaguely
me.
remember when you first told that story, the big man was a clown,
Ugh.
too, which just adds to the creep factor.
Big man with a big
I
knife
have
who was a
become the
clown.
frightening thing to stop myself from being frightened.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna give me nightmares.
Too scary for Buffy.
Buffy left.
Buffy is now sitting on the other
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh.
Buffy.
by the stairs. She doesn't quite want to go downstairs, but she does not want to hear that story anymore, Gus.
Too spoopy.
She's too little.
She is 4 years old.
She is but a little baby.
At least editing Gus knows to now take the dog pictures slowly off the screen.
Yeah.
Aw.
Now Meg is just going
Bye,
down
Bob.
to shut the
Go down
door
and close
because
the door.
give her the cheese.
That's fine.
She left a little
We can wait here
Lots of
without them.
cheese.
Wait for them to come back.
While Meg,
I need some cheese over here. I need to throw it to distract the other creepy child.
Yeah, the little girl is like, got any cheese, governor?
I would like a piece of cheese.
If you have any Wensleydale, I'll let you live.
I would quite like a piece of cheese, thank you.
Just like sitting there, just like a cartoon nibbling noise. For the
Do
rest
you
of
have
it.
any gorgonzola?
Gorgonzola? Because I am a gorgon.
I think that Gus's
Makes
version
my
of my
voice.
creepy child voice is the antidote to my creepy doll voice.
Yeah. The next creepy child, now that Buffy has left because it was all too creepy, is
too
this
scary
Troper
for
liked to
Buffy.
torture her Fuller doll. Poor Fuller's hair will never be the same again, and will never go straight down as well.
Okay. Does this Troper think that... Does this Troper... Wait, what?
Meg just went fuller.
It's spelled F-U-L-L-A.
Fula,
It may have sounded like he was saying fulla because of his accent, but it is spelled F-U-L-L-A, and I saw that on the iPad screen, and I just thought fulla.
Poop my pants, poop my tent.
Well, when you go camping and there's lure girls around, you will poop your tent because you'll be scared and you'll think of the lure girl.
Listen,
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, like, what, you think you're special because you fucked with your dolls? I used to pop my Barbies' heads off. That's not... We all did shit.
Okay, Sid.
Motherfucker, I repaint dolls for fun as an adult. I cut their heads off, rip their hair out, sculpt on new body parts onto them with clay. I do all that shit.
Incredible.
You're not special.
Meg and I are just unimpressed by the creepy children of Troper Tales.
We're literally just like amateurs.
Yeah, amateurs. We'll tell you what, I've got a bit more of a specialist case here. So, at 7 to 8, I had the habit of writing words like Stalin with cod roe, then in parentheses, a pink salty quote-unquote cream that you squeeze out of a tube like toothpaste on sandwiches, lecturing my school teacher on, e.g., astronomy, and making up endless drawings of burning cities and cars. 40 years later, my mother confessed that you were a difficult boy to bring up. I agree with that assessment. This is a 48-year-old troper.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That
god.
tracks for somebody who's a 48-year-old troper.
Yeah.
That is
Holy
terrifying.
shit. That third act twist was chilling.
The Russians shot 30,000 of their own men at Stalingrad.
Oh, yeah? He just, like, moves in close, and he's, like, doing bedroom eyes. Yeah, the winter was so bad that they...
That some of them had to break off their own toes.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
And the woman's just like,
Oh my god. What a difficult boy.
Oh,
But to
God.
be fair, 40 years ago, it would have been a lot more relevant, at least,
Yes.
to, like, write Stalin. Would Stalin die in the 70s? I'm not an expert on Russian history.
I couldn't tell you, my friend.
I think it speaks well to our psychological adjustment that none of us can reel off the...
Death date of Stalin.
No, exactly. That's like...
even though you've seen the movie, The
The
Death of Stalin.
But that's like... It's
The Death of Stalin's a great
It's a
movie.
great movie, but one of those things, that's just one of those things that I tell you what, I'll ask a fun question to all of you and the audience. You're allowed to propose one each, but what I would describe as a wrongin' fact to remember, to just be able to reel off? Okay, Addison, you first. What is a fact to remember that if someone is able to do that, you're immediately like, I don't feel safe around you?
Probably the fact that your immune system can just, like, turn on you and devour your own eyeballs.
But you know that. But, like, I don't mean, like, a fact that proves that you are a wrong'un. A fact that if someone else knew it, you'd be like, you are sus, I'm leaving this date.
Oh, let me tell you it, Henry. I'll tell you right now.
Right,
the age of consent law in any state.
yes.
Motherfucker, I was gonna say...
Oh,
I was
God,
gonna say
yeah.
the age of
That's
consent
a
laws in
bad
other
one.
countries.
That's also
Well, Meg, you're allowed to keep thinking on yours. Gus, what is your wrong'un fact?
I think that just anyone who's, like, really into reenacting, but they need to insist that, like, no, it's not that I always fight for the side with the most atrocities, it's just they had the cooler uniform.
I was going to say mine is, by that same token, people who know way too many specific details about, like, the types of, like, guns and tanks the Germans used in World War II.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah, it's related.
Well, if you know a lot of details about, like, personal life events of the Nazis, like, if you can name Hitler's dog off the top of your head...
Yeah. No, that's so true. So, and yeah, people of the audience, I put that to you. What is a kind of fact that immediately makes you suspicious of a person if they know it? I look forward to reading them.
Also, here's another one. Here's another one that doesn't have anything to do with World War II, so it's a more original one. If you know, like, any personal life details of any given serial killer.
Yeah, it's
like,
the whole, like, the
Patrick Bateman knowing, like, quotes from Ed Gein and Ted Bundy.
Yeah, like, knowing what his, like, dog was called. Yeah, no, you're so
What
right.
if I know what their last meals were?
Yeah.
I think the thing is, a lot of, like, suspicious stuff that I recognize in people is not the facts they know, it's, like, the area of non-factual information that they seem interested in. Like, if someone has, like, really strong opinions about the Denver airport, you're like, okay, you're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you are 2 drinks away from saying some anti-Semitic shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God. Okay, next creepy child. This troper might count as one. People tend to be a little freaked out when they ask her what she's reading about, and she responds by saying, mass cult suicides. Hey, maybe that's another one to add to the Roman fact list.
That just makes me think of that, what's the name of the actress that played, Lord Dominator?
Noelle Wells.
She had a YouTube sketch that was like her playing like a Zoe Deschanel.
I love that sketch.
She's sitting on a bench listening to headphones, and a guy comes up to her and goes, "What you listening to?" And she goes, "Jonestown." And he goes, "Are they any good?" And she's like, "Have a listen for yourself." And it's just a recording of all the people killing themselves.
Oh yeah, I've seen that exact sketch.
That's really
Noelle
good.
Wells is really funny. Anyway, next we have, this troper had a hard time finding friends to play video games with him. And in parenthesis, like the original Super Smash Bros. We're not a video game, this man. Anyway, because he had this unfortunate habit of breaking into a very convincing evil laughter every time he killed someone in game.
Laharl is
Yeah,
back.
Lahore.
It's
Anyway,
Lahore.
watch them run. Watch them play.
I missed you,
watch them
Laharl.
enjoy the day. But once night comes and down goes the sun, it'll be my turn to have the fun.
Ugh.
Is that like a song? This troper is still considered creepy to this day. Yeah, I consider you creepy.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to play Smash Bros with you, dude.
Yeah, don't play Smash Bros. With Laharl.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, all my homies hate Laharl.
This post made by anti-Laharl gang.
I'm just laughing because I'm like, oh no. I don't even have anything reasonable to say. I'm just like, at first I was like, yeah, you did something silly while you played a video game, but then he burst into like a menacing nursery rhyme.
Yeah, you have a creepy limerick about yourself.
Pennywise.
Yeah, I mean, this is really just the grabber's backstory.
Yeah, it's a fucking Grendel-ass motherfucker with his Super Smash Bros. Down in the basement.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
If you beat him at Super Smash Brothers, he's got to play the naughty game.
You
the
naughty boy game.
But if you lose to him, he seals your soul into the character you were playing. You become like Mario or Kirby.
He
is
rips
how-
and grabs your
those-
soul out of his
People
out of
won't
your body.
tell you
Out of
this,
your
but it's a
body,
big-
yeah, exactly.
People won't tell you this because it's a big twist, but this is actually the like stealth premise of the new Super Mario Bros. Movie. Of like their normal. That's why most of them, aside from Bowser, have like pretty underwhelming voices.
The actor Chris Pratt was imprisoned in Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
By a gay wizard who
Yeah.
he offended.
yeah. So we now move away from creepy Charles and move to cut his heart out with a spoon.
Oh, and that's like weirdly specific threats.
Okay.
It's
cool.
about to get very Invader Zimmy.
This one is gonna be
Oh, boy.
extremely LOL random, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Troper, the homicidal
Yeah.
maniac.
Don't mind me if you hear that
Don't
sound.
keep-
It's
don't
me.
Keep his name out of your mouth.
It's just me. Shh.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is good.
It's just me sharpening my sword. Don't worry about it.
It's you sharpening your sporks.
No, do not.
Henry?
Don't-
Hey,
The
Henry?
war never ended.
You're my friend, so I'll be merciful this time. But I don't ever want to hear you say that to me ever again. You understand me?
Buffy's
let-
outside barking.
It's like-
She wants to come in and defend.
It's like, I'll let you pick which. I'll be merciful. I'll let you pick which arm. That's where the mercy goes. Okay, so is everyone ready for this?
Sure.
This I nearly misread that it's this tropler. And I'm
I
like,
was-
that's another one
If
slur.
if
AU.
I didn't value my life and you said, "Are you ready to go?" I would have said tomato because random.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Mag,
So,
don't make me do this.
You're the like crying Wesley Snipes with the
Yes.
gun. Both of them. Anyway, this troper, while holding a spoon and contemplating how to slaughter the denizens of 4Kids Entertainment for the abomination that was Mew Mew Power, yes, I'll sharpen this spoon and I'll cut out all their hearts with it.
So that's just the name of the trope.
So he just
F
did the
for
trope.
originality.
Fuck this kid. The least creative kid around. What does he have to say about Tokyo
So
Mew
not
Mew?
only are you an anime fan, not only are you cringe, but you're a plagiarist?
You fulfill all of the things in Addison's like Dexter-esque
Oh,
kill code.
That's the
Hi,
worst
give me
of
1 second,
all.
you guys. I'll be right back.
yeah.
Like, actually, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yo, Addison, it's actually gonna be one sec. Oh my god, this has been so good.
It was so fun to have Buffy in. She was very good. She just
Yeah.
kind of laid down and she was very interested in what you were doing, Henry.
Yeah.
she was sniffing his hand and like tracking him with her little eyes.
Yeah, no, it's
and
true.
And she petted him. She didn't pet him. He petted
her. She turned her like paw into a human hand and petted Henry on his head.
The funniest show I've ever seen.
That would be really funny.
There was this joke that that my brother and I had that like we were thinking like, wouldn't it be the scariest thing in the world if like our dog just like stood up on 2 legs outside and ran back into the house?
Yeah, you're right. It would be fucking horrifying.
Just like you just call her and then she just like stands up and she's like, okay, here I come. It's like, yeah.
Naruto running.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you know it's something wearing your dog.
Hello, Lux Army.
Yeah.
We got a call from 2 guys who saw their dog stand up on 2 legs.
Hi, friends.
Addison
Sorry about that.
Addison's
how
back.
were the killings?
They were good. Actually, what happened really quick, like behind the curtain, everything's fine. There was just a bit of a pee-pee incident with my cat.
Oh no, not a pee-pee incident.
Oh no,
that's how you know
not
this
pee-pee
is staying.
incident.
We can't leave pee-pee incidents out. Okay.
This is the pet episode.
Yeah, this has been the pet special.
Crystal was mad that she didn't get to sit in, so she weed on the floor.
I think this one's straight up just gonna be called the Buffy episode.
Which is, it's bringing TV Tropes back to its roots. It started as being all about Buffy, and we're making it all about Buffy again.
But it
Exactly.
Sorry, what did I miss while I was gone? I'm sorry.
You'll find out when you watch the video. Okay, everyone. This has been Troper Fails, and be kind to the creepy children in your life, because they'll end up growing up, hopefully, as pretty cool people like us.
Yeah.
Wait, this is the end of the episode?
Yeah, that's all of it. Okay, goodbye, everyone.
But don't leave me here alone. The crows could. Oh!